Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Hope faces Ridge's fury and forces Brooke and Nick together? According to the bold and the beautiful, Brooke Logan has spent her entire life switching between men, which is made more easier if they are related. Will Brooke succumb to Nick Marone's temptations now that he's back in town? Following her yellowed playbook? Why not? On their first face-to-face date, she gave him a kiss while wearing her undies. Let's see what else Brooke might have planned. Hope Logan, Brooke's kid, is a direct descendant of her father, but that's a tale for another day. Nick reared Hope as if she were his own when she was younger and Brooke was married. Hope would much rather see her mother with Nick, a naval guy, than with Ridge Forrester, a dressmaker. Even if Brooke is hung up on Ridge, would she still play kingmaker for Brooke? Given how awful Ridge has been to Hope recently, that is definitely a possibility. To put it simply, there is still love between Hope and Ridge despite the fact that he has branded her a slut and worse. Hope and Carter Walton conspired to deprive the legitimate proprietors of Forrester Creations. As they took over Ridge's office, Hope and Carter slapped Ridge in the face and called him a long list of derogatory things. Before Brooke lost it with Ridge for the manner he treated her daughter, Carter and Hope were eventually overthrown. She is once again choosing Ridge over Hope, revealing her true nature. Wouldn't you want Brooke with someone other than Ridge if you were Hope? We therefore forecast that she will use every effort to stop a bridge reunion. Hope might use deceit to influence her mother to approach Nick in order to achieve this. Katie Logan even made an unsuccessful attempt to undermine Brooke regarding Ridge. We believe that in order to bring Brooke back together, Hope might turn to the dark side. Her future at FC may suffer greatly as a result of this. Tell us B&B lovers if you would rather stay in a nunnery or watch Brooke with Ridge or Nick. Ms. Sunshine is enthralled with Steffi Taylor's unexpected guest. According to the bold and the beautiful recap, Luna Nozawa went crazy when Steffi Forrester met Ms. Sunshine. This is how the episode unfolded because Taylor Hayes also received a surprise visitor who brought a warning. Steffi and Taylor reiterated their worries about Ms. Sunshine and the unsuitable fortune teller she sent home with Hayes Finnegan at the Cliff House. Thinking she would gain some answers from Ms. Dillon, who was being held at gunpoint by Luna, Steffi made her way to the beach house. Although she performed as Luna requested, Ms. Dillon hesitantly pointed out that she still feared for both Steffi's and her own safety. In the end, Luna placed a gag on Ms. Dillon and tied her up in a separate room. When Steffi arrived to look for Ms. Dillon, Luna unexpectedly appeared and took her by surprise. After bringing up her half-brother, Luna finally convinced Steffi that she was Ms. Sunshine. Luna demanded that Steffi listen to her and allow her to see John Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, after pulling out the revolver. When Sheila Sharp showed up at the door of the Cliff home, Taylor was taken aback. Sheila made it apparent that she wasn't there to make trouble, despite Taylor's anger that she had managed to get past security. Having failed to contact Steffi and Finn, Sheila decided to see them in person. Sheila informed Taylor that Luna intended to depart Los Angeles, and that she would do so in style after she had indicated that Luna had pulled a gun on Will Spencer. Sheila then warned that Steffi might be in risk as a result. Liam Spencer stopped by Forrester Creations with one of Beth Spencer's favorite stuffed animals and chatted with Hope Logan, who encouraged him to share his illness with his family. Liam was more concerned with the people he was leaving behind, particularly Hope, Steffi, Beth and Kelly Spencer, but Hope continued to hold out hope for a miracle. Liam claimed that he wanted to spend as much time as possible with his loved ones when his phone beeped to remind him to take his medication. Eventually, the topic of discussion turned to Luna, who was still evading capture after Will's sting operation. Hope reassured Liam that he was still committed to protecting everyone from Luna. Grace Buckingham encouraged Finn to speak with Liam about life-extending treatment at the hospital. Finn brought up the possibility of negative consequences, but Grace countered that Liam had stated his intention to stay as long as possible for his girls. But Liam was running out of time and his tumor was growing. Finn agreed to speak with Liam when Grace emphasized the significance of everything. Throughout this chat, Grace was preoccupied with calls and texts. Grace yelled at the person on the other end of the phone after answering it, claiming that she had informed them she was unable to speak at this time. Grace wanted this individual to stop texting her, so she became angry. Since Grace's family had been through a lot, Finn saw that she was under stress and offered to listen if she ever wanted to chat. It was Looney Luna who won. Steffi and Taylor were concerned about the fate teller at the Cliff House and hoped that Ms. Dillon might have answers. Steffi didn't feel well, and the entire situation is strange. Steffi had a gut feeling. Poor Ms. Dillon was looking down Luna's rifle barrel while experiencing minor terror. Luna pulled out rope and started tying her up after she pleaded with her not to injure her or Steffi. Ms. Dillon was soon pushed into the closet, gagged and shackled. Before departing for the beach house, Steffi left a message for Finn. She called for Ms. Dillon when she arrived, but instead she was greeted by Luna in person. Luna didn't waste any time in making fun of Steffi and flaunting her miniature fortune teller. Indeed, she is Sunshine, the buddy that young Hayes adores. After that, Luna drew her weapon and commanded Steffi to pay attention. She will be allowed to see Daddy by her stepmother, and if she objects, it will be the last thing she does. Steffi, poor Steffi, stood there stunned and wide-eyed. Sheila became more agitated by her erratic granddaughter's mental state, while also repeating Luna's threats against Steffi. She became so agitated that she frantically sought to reach Finn on her phone. She begged him to give her a call back in another message. "It's crucial," she stated. "It concerns Luna." Sheila rushed to the Cliff House after deciding she couldn't afford to take any chances. She knocked on the door, startling Taylor, but she let Sheila in after she hastily said it was about Luna. Steffi and Finn needed to hear what she had to say about her granddaughter. Taylor wasn't the only one who was going to be shocked. When Sheila learned that Luna had pulled a gun on Will, she became alarmed. For Sheila, that was yet another pivotal moment. She didn't realize how deadly Luna was. Grace expressed concern to Finn at the hospital that Liam's time was running out. Despite the terrible side effects, she hoped he would accept the medication that could prolong his life, since it was their only chance to help him, especially now that the tumor had grown. Grace urged Finn to persuade him to do it. Grace's phone continued to ring while she received text after text during their encounter. She made an effort to be professional and limit the conversation to Liam, but it was obvious that something was happening in her life. It was getting more and more difficult to ignore the flood of communications. She finally answered the phone and informed the person messaging her that she was unable to speak at this time. When he noticed that she was anxious, Finn listened to her. And a day off so she could handle her personal issues. Liam arrived in the design room to see Hope in the meantime. Liam expressed his worries about his family, and how he would continue to worry about them until the day he died. Once more, Hope pleaded with him to notify the rest of the family. Liam had a right to support and everyone had a right to know. Liam's alarm went off to remind him to take his medication, briefly interrupting their conversation. Grace's prescription medications. Indeed, he always arrives on schedule because he wants to stay as long as possible. Steffi worries that she might die. You won't want to miss a second of what promises to be a day filled with drama and suffering in Los Angeles. Watch on the edge of your seat as the consequences of the past and present influence the future of these cherished characters by tuning into CBS or Paramount+. The fact that Luna is unable to spend time with Finn and her half-brother, Hayes, infuriates her. Of course, Luna forgot that she had murdered 2 men. Luna places the burden for the current state of affairs between Hayes and Finn on Steffi rather than herself. Sheila made an effort to change Luna's perspective, but she refused to listen to her grandmother. Hayes' parents were concerned when Luna handed him a gift after spying on him at school. After hiding for a while, Luna bound Hayes' teacher and made her take Steffi to school. While Liam is fighting for his life, he is also concerned about the threat that Luna offers to Steffi's family and his daughter Kelly. Hope is also worried about how things are becoming worse.